Hi guys, so today I'm going to film a going out makeup tutorial. It's going to be a very full on eye with gold glitter eyeshadow and a nice dark plum ready lip. So I hope you enjoy. So I've already started off with my Nivea Q10 Anti-Wrinkle Age Spot Day Cream, and I've only put a tiny bit on this on because it's really thick and I don't want my makeup to move during the night. And now I'm going to take my Maxfactor pan stick in the colour Fair 25. This can be used as foundation, but for today's purpose I'm going to use it as concealer. So I'm just going to pull it on my problem areas. And then I'm going to take my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush just to blend in the concealer. So once I've blended in my concealer, I'm going to go in with foundation. I'm going to use Estee Lauder's Double Wear foundation in the colour Desert Beige. This is a fantastic foundation, it lasts all night. It's a little bit pricey, but it does last all day and night, and it's fantastic high coverage. I would highly recommend. Tip a little bit on my hand. And I'm just going to go around in circular motions and dabbing it, almost like patting it in the areas I need more coverage. So it's really important to really... So now that I'm all blended, it's time for eyebrows. Now I'm going to take my Rimmel London eyebrow pencil and just use the brush of it just to brush all them hairs into place. I'm going to use a Nat Collection eyeshadow in the colour Crushed Walnut and my MAC 263 brush. I'm just going to take it in, dab on off excess, then just brush your brows lightly, pulling up just so you can try and get that natural looking brow. So now that I've done my brows, I'm just going to take the brush again and just brush through them. Now I'm going to highlight underneath my brow bone, and to do this I'm using a Rimmel London eyeshadow in the number 100 Glam Ice. So I'm just taking it on a fluffy brush. Highlight underneath that brow bone. I'm going to take a bronzer. Now you can use a light brown eyeshadow, but I'm just going to use a bronzer, and this is MAC's Powder Blush in Harmony. And I'm just going to use quite a big fluffy eyeshadow concealer brush. And I'm just going to take it in the bronzer, tap off any excess, and I'm just going to go into the crease of my eye socket just to define it. Just blend it. Then once you've done that, now I'm going to take a black eyeshadow, and the one I'm going to use is a Clinique one in a Stroke of Midnight. You can use any black eyeshadow or a really dark brown one if you prefer. And I'm just going to take a small little eyeshadow brush, just take it in the black, only a tiny bit because it is black we're working with, and tap off any excess. Then I'm just going to place it as if I was doing a wing. Then I'll come back to blend it. Then just take it slightly underneath the eye. Then you want a clean eyeshadow brush just to blend this. And now I'm going to take Maybelline Colour Tattoo 24 Hour eyeshadow, and this is in the colour Internal Gold. Lovely. And I'm just going to take my finger to apply it, dab it in, this is my finger, then I'm just going to press it. So we're just placing this where we haven't put the black eyeshadow, and this will act as the base for the glitter. So now we've done that, I'm going to take some glitter. Now this is a makeup glitter and I bought this off eBay for like 99p or something. So it's just like a gold bronzy glitter. It's ever so fine. I'm taking a flat eyeshadow brush and I'm just pressing it into the Maybelline tattoo pot, the same colour that we've used, and I've just put a little bit of glitter in the lid and I'm just going to press it on top of that flat brush and I'm going to press it onto my eye. You will get a lot of fallout, but that's okay, we can clean it up. That's why we haven't concealed or powdered yet. So you want to really pat the product on. If you get any fallout, just take a powder brush and brush underneath the eyes to get rid of any excess glitter. So my camera stopped recording, but what you missed was I used MAC cranberry eyeshadow using a flat brush. This is from Avon, and I just placed it underneath my eye. And then I took a brown eyeshadow. This is a Bourjois, still can't pronounce it, eyeshadow in number 74 on a fluffy brush, and I just blended the black and the gold and underneath. And then I took a shimmery cream loose powder eyeshadow. This is a fern cotton one and it doesn't tell you what name it is. I don't know if you can still buy it, but MAC vanilla would be good, or any light eyeshadow just from the corner of your eyes. And I used just a fluffy brush just to place this in the corner. And then I've put on some liquid eyeliner and I used the Collection 2000 one, fast stroke one. And how I apply my eyeliner is I don't drag it across, I just place it. So I almost dab it across. Now I'm going to take a black eyeliner, and this is the Avon Super Shock Gel Eyeliner. And I'm just going to take this in my waterline. Now I'm going to take a angled brush. This is a Avon one, and the brown eyeshadow again. And I'm just going to put this to blend the eyeliner and the cranberry underneath the eye. And I'm going to take my mascara, and I'm using the Sumptuous Extreme Lash Multiplier and Volume Mascara by Estee Lauder. Another great mascara to use is the Maybelline Falsies mascara. And I'm just going to take it and I'm going to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle and pull it up. I am going to put fake eyelashes on, but what I want to do is I want to conceal and powder first before I put my false eyelashes on. So now I've put mascara on, I'm going to take my powder brush, and this is the Real Techniques powder brush, and I'm just going to get rid of any loose glitter or eyeshadow that's lying around. And now I'm going to conceal underneath my eyes, and I'm going to use the Collection 2000 one. And this is in the shade Cool Medium. I'm just going to take my fingers, I'm just going to use my fingers to blend it in. So now that I've blended my concealer, I'm going to go in with bronzer, and I'm going to use my MAC Harmony bronzer again with a Echo Tools brush. I think this is their blush brush. I'm just going to take it, tap it off, suck in my cheeks just to get my jawbone. I'm going to go underneath my jawline too. I'm just going to go around my face just to give it some shape. Now for blush, I'm going to use my Clinique Smoldering Plum blush. And I'm going to use my Real Techniques blush brush. Just going to put it on my apples of my cheeks. On top of that blush, I'm also going to use my Revlon 002 Hot Pink blush, just to give me a little bit more colour. And I'm only going to put a tiny, tiny bit of this on. Now I'm going to powder. I'm going to use the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in the colour 00 Peach Glow. And I'm going to use my Real Techniques powder brush. Just going to take it in, tapping off excess, and just... And now I'm going to highlight using my MAC Mineralize and Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. And I'm just going to take a fluffy brush. I'm going to go down my nose on my cupid's bow. Just a little bit across my forehead because I don't get very like glowy skin, so I just find it adds a bit of a glow to my skin. Now, last but not least, I'm going to put on some fake eyelashes. And I'm using the Brit Rocks ones. They look like this. I'm just going to take the glue and put it a little bit along the lash line. I'll let the glue dry for a few seconds. And I'm going to describe how I put my eyelashes on before I put them on. I hold it, I place it on, and then I use the end of a thin eyeshadow brush and I just push it down. So I'm just placing it on, then using the end of a thin brush, just pushing down onto my lash line. Then if you want, you can put another coat of mascara on. So I'm just taking MAC's Night Moth lip liner just to line my lips. Now I'm going to take MAC Divas lipstick. This has to be one of my favourite lipsticks ever. So quickly before I forget, I'm going to take my Natural Collection clear mascara and I'm just going to run it through my brows just to keep them in place. And this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you found it useful. And obviously you don't have to use the products I've used. So have fun creating it. Hope you've enjoyed it and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe and pass the video on to your friends. Thank you. See you next time.